Morning, my name is Adriana Carrera. I talk about cardiac metastasis melanoma. Definitions. Cardiac metastasis invasion due to the malignant melanoma is frequent, but the clinical repercussions is the score and usually in the silent manner. The video.
This is the case of a 52-year-old woman who presented with a pigmented lesion. She had no symptoms and no other abnormal findings on physical exam. She presented to a local dermatologist who did a biopsy. The biopsy was consistent with a primary melanoma with a Breslow thickness of 2.3 millimeters. The patient underwent a sentinel lymph node biopsy, which confirmed the presence of microscopic disease in the sentinel lymph node. The patient subsequently underwent a completion lymph node dissection, which failed to find evidence of melanoma in additional lymph nodes. At that time, the patient underwent radiographic studies. These showed multiple abnormalities in the lungs consistent with metastatic disease, with no evidence of disease in other sites of the body, including the brain. A core needle biopsy was done of one of the lung metastases, which confirmed the diagnosis of metastatic melanoma. Of note, the largest lung metastasis was 5 millimeters in diameter. Molecular testing was performed on the biopsy and confirmed the presence of a BRAF V600E mutation in the metastatic tumor. Additional workup of the patient showed no laboratory abnormalities.
Application in the nursing. Treat in the symptoms, which include pain, nausea, shortness on the breath, insomnia, and the other physical problems caused by cancer or if the treatment. Ensure that the patients and the caregivers understand the diagnosis and the treatment objectives. The private is to make decisions require treatment. Pros and cons. Generally, the cardiac conditions is silent and the pre-mortem diagnosis is more other time the patient suffers from non-specific symptoms such as the atrium and the intolerance to the exertions which they are attributed to the other cause. The video.
I'm from Los Angeles, California. I am about to be 33 years old. And I worked for the city of LA for the Department of Recreation and Parks for about 15 years before I left and moved to San Diego with my husband. We got married 3 years ago. I'm so happy to be married. Now I'm a cheerleading coach here at a private school in San Diego. This is my dog Zuma. He's a puggle. He's 3 years old. He is the best post-surgical, post-treatment cuddler. That's what they are. They just know. And something that's so crazy is that they say that dogs actually can sense cancer. He used to paw my head all the time. All the time he used to paw my head. From the moment I came home, he has never pawed my head. Not even once. Since I came home from my very first surgery a year plus ago. He definitely knew that there was something on my head that shouldn't be there. I got diagnosed about a year ago. So at that point it was just stage 2. The lymph nodes tested positive. So I got the promotion I always dreamed of and moved into stage 3. And I did a new set of scans. And my oncologist just saw something in my neck on the other side that he just didn't like the way that it looked. So we did the needle biopsy and the cells came back negative. But my oncologist just had this feeling that he just was unsettling to him, and he said to my surgeon, I need you to go get it. Once we knew that there was melanoma there, you have to assume that there's melanoma, that it's metastasized at that point. So then I was promoted again, and then I had to take really some time and kind of decide what therapy and what treatment I wanted to do starting in stage 4, and I started that in December. When you're navigating this kind of a scenario, you really have to be with someone that you completely trust.
insert applied in the equator. Of these, only 1% are melanoma, the most dangerous type of skin cancer and the responsible for in the disease. The main strategy to the avoid in the occurrence is to avoid excessive exposure to the sun. However, in the onward, the global insight on the discourse do not stop growth. Conclusions. In conclusion, people with fair skin and light eyes heads people who born easily, those with a family story of skin cancer and melanoma, and the people who work alone in the sun are great risk, so they should visit the dermatology frequently to the check more. Thank you.
So I'm Tim Shirey, and when I was 47 years old, I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic melanoma. My symptoms were a black, purple, ugly nodule growing on the back of my neck. And I was aware it was there, but I covered it up with a Band-Aid and tried to put some stuff on it, and actually just didn't want to accept I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't normal. I went to my family doctor, and he took one look at it, and he said some words, and I knew it wasn't good. And I was at work 7 to 10 days later, and my mom had told me that you got melanoma cancer. I remember my first visit vividly. It was on the 9th floor. It's no longer being used for what it was then. The room was full. I was with my 2 brothers and my nephew, and I was very nervous. We got the paperwork done, and a lot of paper. Probably spent 3 or 4 hours there, and I was officially registered at MD Anderson. I went straight to the oncologist, Dr. Who,